We're bear hunting. Alright, so in the last video, we kicked off our Montana spring bear season with a goal. And that goal was bigger than just punching a bear tag. It was to give God everything. Sure, we covered a lot of ground, soaked in some amazing views while eating a steak on the side of the mountain. But we also started digging into what it really means to love God with all of our heart, with all of our soul, all of our mind, and all of our strength. So that's the journey we're on, both here in the backcountry and in our faith. And that journey continues in this video. We did a little bit of e-scouting, found an area that looks pretty gnarly. But right now we're on the hike in. Got me, Tubby, my dad, and then we also have a new member with the crew. His name is Jack. He's a almost 9-week-old Rottweiler puppy. So hopefully we stumble onto a bear, or at least get into some bear country, because this Sunday is the last day of the season. So this is kind of like our last hurrah. Ton of butterflies, huh? To remember this spot, there's a ton of raspberries, wild raspberry bushes. Of course, it's too early in the season for the raspberries to taste good, but there's a bunch of them. Giving God everything. It starts with the heart. You see, the Bible says, guard your heart, for from it flows the springs of life. Proverbs 4:23. And that's a reminder that the heart isn't just a muscle full of feelings. It is the core of who we are. Without God, our hearts don't naturally point in the right direction. Jeremiah 17:9 says that the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? That's a tough one, but it's the truth. Without God, our hearts lead us to chase comfort, pride, lust, selfishness. It's all in the Bible. We're definitely not in a hurry. We should be able to make it to the spot we want to before dark, and we don't have much to set up in terms of a camp. We're going pretty light in those regards. And the fact that, you know, we got Tubbs, who is rocking it. So super proud of that kid. Super proud of all the weight that he's carrying. He's basically carrying all his own stuff in here, his own food, his own sleeping bag, everything. I got a couple snapped, but really he's carrying his own, which I'm super proud of him. And then we got the little 8-week-old pup, so we don't want to overdo it. Stopping at water, carrying him when we need to, just to make sure that, you know, we're not overdoing it with him. But it's going to be a fun video. We've officially started the climb up this mountain. We're planning on camping up at the top, so should get there before sunset. I'm very thankful right now for the overcast skies, because the sun was beating on us. That would be killer. Also found this 270 round. The casing's been crushed, but it's got a polymer tip. Powder's probably destroyed inside, but thought that was interesting. I may have underestimated the size of this mountain and just how gnarly it is and overgrown, and how many logs there are. So we may not make it to the top before dark. Well, it's not exactly daylight, but we made it to the top. And it's also not as open as I was hoping for. It looks like maybe the Onyx images are a little outdated because it has grown up in here in terms of brush. But it's all good. We're going to make the best of it. We did find a flat spot up here, and we're going to try to set up camp. My dad and Jack are a little farther behind, so we're going to drop our packs, run back down, grab our flashlights, run back down, help my dad with his pack on up here, and then we'll get camp going and get something to eat and get tucked in.
Well, we're back at the camp, and we're getting our sleeping bags out and stuff, and fixing us to make us a dinner and head to bed.
On the menu tonight is macaroni cheese and beef pasta marinara. This was camp for the night, and got a decent night's sleep. It was kind of a late one, but we got some rest, and I overshot the last water hole, so we do have to go back down and grab some water, get back up here, and then we're going to try to trek further on up this ridge, look down in some basins and some chutes, see if we can't locate us a bear. We're on our way for water. We definitely need water before we continue up this ridge. So I've got 2 6-liter bags and all the water bottles so we can finish out the trip. But the trail disappears about 2/3 of the way up this mountain, and the last third you just got to pick your way through it, and it's overgrown, brushy. There's rock gardens like the one we're in now, and the rock gardens are a little easier to maneuver than the brush and the downfall. So yeah, we're just going to make our way down here safely as possible and get us some water so we can eat breakfast and get hydrated. Last night was a little rough because we had to take this last third in the dark, and picking our way through it was not the funnest thing, but we got it done. We made it to water. We only had to walk halfway down the mountain. We're gonna go ahead and fill up our bladders and our water bottles and then head back up. Hard lesson learned. You can't always trust Onyx. I passed this and seen how well it was producing, and it shows that the trail crosses it again up there, and it shows that there's water in it. Well, that is not the case. So my gut instinct was to go ahead and get water while I was here. I didn't do that, and in hindsight I wished I would have trusted my gut. All right, we have got the water. Now we're on our way back to the top so we can make some breakfast. It is starting to sprinkle a little bit, so hopefully it doesn't turn into anything more than that, because I mean, we got a rain poncho that we can both huddle under, but that's really about it. Left the tarp at the top, cover all of our gear. So yeah, it'll probably take us about 45 minutes to get back to the top. We're starting to get wet, so I'm gonna put the camera up. We made it back to camp. My dad has a fire going, which is great, and the sun peeked out for a minute, but we got some dark clouds en route. So we're gonna try to at least dry some of our clothes out a little bit, get some food. We got some cider, some coffee. So that's really what we're about. It's so wet, and there's so much brush, the broad-leafed, bushes and whatnot. They're just, you get sopping wet. So probably just glass from here for what little we can, and then kind of see where the day takes us. Here's the good news: God doesn't leave us there. In Matthew 5:8, Jesus says, "Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God." And James 4:8 says, "Draw near to God, and He'll draw near to you." So how do we love God with all of our heart? Well, that's what I've been learning. First, I believe we have to guard it. That means watch what gets in. What are you watching? What are you listening to? What are you dwelling on? Second, we have to repent. David prayed, "Create in me a clean heart, O God." And that's a prayer I find myself praying more and more lately. Third, we have to line up our desires with His will. It's not about what we want, it's what He wants. Seek first the kingdom of God. That's the goal. And fourth, well, we have to let worship and gratitude overflow our hearts. Tonight could get a little interesting. Thunderstorm coming in, and this is our shelter. So we'll see how we make it through the night, but we do have dinner almost ready, and so we're probably going to get tucked in here and call it a night. Hopefully the storm don't last too long. Even when it hurts, when life is hard, it sucks, nothing's going the way we thought, there's always something to be thankful for. So we had lightning strike literally right off the edge of the ridge from us, and some insanely loud thunder. We've got wind blowing, it's raining, but this little shelter is holding up. So far so good. Now we're just enjoying our dinner. And finally, we have to walk with people who push us towards God. Well, we made it through the storms last night, and I say storms because plural, there were multiple storms. Seemed like one would roll through, wind, rain, and then it would calm down, be peaceful, and then wind, rain, thunder, lightning, and then it would be peaceful again, and then wind, rain, maybe thunder. So there was a couple of rounds of it, but it was actually pretty neat. Got to watch the lightning dance in the sky right out off the ridge. And this morning, we're late start, obviously. Brush is sopping wet, so tromping around through that again, getting all wet, is not the most appealing thing that we could do. So we're just kind of enjoying some coffee, getting our gear around, waking up, and then we'll see where the day takes us. We're heading out on an adventure. Now we're just got camp kind of tidied up. So drank a little coffee, had some good conversations, and we decided to take out up the ridge. There's another peak that's a little higher in elevation. We're going to try to find a trail or pick our way through all this downfall and the thick brush that is on the side of this mountain. See if we can get to the top and see over into the other side. Almost to the top, and we found snow. It feels great. Took some and kind of rubbed it on my arms and my face. As hot as it is out here, it's refreshing.
Bye.
Stuff it down your shirt. Iron sharpens iron. Whether it's family, church, or a few of the homies. It's hard not to feel like you're on top of the world up here. I mean, views 360 degrees around you. It's just beautiful. God didn't mean for us to do this alone. Loving God with all of your heart isn't about having it all figured out and being perfect. It's about surrender. It's about giving Him everything. Not just on Sundays, but out here, in the backcountry, in the quiet, in the mess, everyday life. Made it to the top. We found some snow, brushed away all the dirt on top, and it's pretty clean underneath. So I decided to join me a little Mountain Up Ignite Blue Raspberry Lemonade snow cone, and I gotta admit, it's pretty refreshing. That's pretty tasty. Backcountry snow cone. Let's go. Okay, so what you're saying is you wouldn't want to get chased on a rock pile by a grizzly?
I'll run a trail on rocks.
Well, we had our snow cones. We had some snacks. Started a little fire. We got some snow in the water bladder. And now we're heading up to another point, and there's a ridge that we're going to try to follow around. See if we can't get a little more glassing in. We did glass a little bit, but haven't seen anything yet. Like nothing, no wildlife whatsoever. So we'll keep moving. If I'm being honest, that's something I'm still working on, one step at a time. But I am learning to love Him with everything that I've got. What are you doing, dude? What are you doing? He said, I don't like this, Grandpa. Look, I know this video isn't action-packed, but I'm not here to show you the highs. I'm here to share my heart and my struggle and my journey. Because faith isn't built in the easy miles, it's forged in the grind. And this trip was hot. It was hard. It was full of setbacks and disappointment, but we kept moving. And with faith that won't quit, family that sticks together, and the freedom to chase the life that God has called us to, it's what Blue Collar Freedoms is all about. So now I'm asking you, how are you grinding for His glory?
Watch your face, buddy.
I wish I was this size.
This country is crazy. It's crazy beautiful. It is rugged. I guess that's what makes it beautiful. Top's right there. This is the view behind me. I dropped down off the point. Point's directly behind me, so is my dad and Tubby. To my left are some mountain goats. Looks like 3 billies, which is a good sign. You know, they say if you want to find the bears, find the mountain goats. We found the mountain goats. Now we just have to find the bears. Unfortunately, we did not see a bear, but got to see some mountain goats. We got to see a piece of God's creation I never got to see before. So, still a win. Sometimes we don't get the outcomes that we're looking for, but you still got to look at the good, or look for the good in, you know. Got to be up here with my dad. Got to be up here with my son. I mean, how many of y'all can say you've carried 8 to 9 week old Rottweiler puppy in the backcountry, or any puppy for that matter? Maybe we're crazy, or maybe we're just committed.
Goodness, excuse me.
Well, we made it back to camp.
Oh,
We did not.
I didn't know we were live.
Yeah, as soon as I picked it up, you're like, welcome back. Back from our commercial break. We made it back to camp, and we did not see a bear. Seen a lot of elk tracks. Did not see an elk, but we did see a deer, or my dad saw a deer, and we saw some mountain goats, so we'll take that. Game plan for now is to eat some beef stroganoff and some lasagna, and then from there try to get a decent night's rest, and then at some point tomorrow morning we'll get things packed up and head back to the truck, head home. It is Father's Day, so we'll try to get back to the families and enjoy being fathers, I guess. But it's unfortunate we didn't get a bear, or at least see a bear, but that's how it goes sometimes. Tomorrow is the last day of season, so this will conclude the bear hunting season for spring bear. We'll see if we can't catch one in the fall. We getting nestled in for the night.
Yeah, there he is.
Jack, what about you, homie? He's like, nah, man, I got my catnap. I'm ready to play. Camp is all packed up. We're actually making our way down the mountain back to the main trail that leads to the truck. So, got a decent night's rest, got everything packed up, just kind of been taking our time. We're not in too crazy of a hurry, but we are timing ourselves to see how long it takes to get from where we camped back to the truck. So, we will make one pit stop probably to get some water. Just some fresh, cold water actually sounds really nice right now. Tightening up the laces now that we've got a little bit of distance on our boots, and then rearranging the packs a little bit so we're sitting comfortable. Not too far from the truck now. I just got to wrap around the base of this little mountain and we'll be back at the truck. So, in the home stretch. Back to the truck, we're gonna load up, head home, enjoy a dinner with the family for Father's Day. So, good trip, made it back safe.